before he did Star Wars, I had just finished Rocky, and
When people think of Sylvester Stallone, they picture Rocky standing proud in the ring or Rambo charging through the jungle. But behind the cameras, Stallone was fighting a whole different kind of war. These weren't movie fights. These were real Hollywood battles that burned bridges, crushed egos, and almost wrecked careers. Some exploded for the world to see, while others stayed hidden in the shadows once the spotlight faded. His grudges ran deep, so deep they tore apart friendships, ruined film deals, and nearly killed blockbuster hits. Who were his enemies? Get ready, because what you're about to hear will completely change how you see Stallone forever. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more of Hollywood's wildest, most shocking, untold stories. Now let's jump right into it. First up, Arnold Schwarzenegger. The one rival Stallone couldn't stand. Out of all the enemies he ever faced, none were as bold, famous, or competitive as Arnold. Their beef started back in 1977 at the Golden Globe Awards, a night Stallone thought would be his big victory, his Rocky miracle moment. But instead, he sat there stunned as his movie kept losing, one category after another. And there was Arnold, the massive newcomer from Austria, laughing every single time Rocky got snubbed before walking off with the award for New Star of the Year. That's when Stallone lost it. He later admitted, "I threw a bowl of flowers at his head." That wild outburst sparked a rivalry that ruled Hollywood for the next 15 years. The 1980s turned into a full-on Cold War of egos, Stallone dominating with Rocky II, III, IV, and First Blood, while Arnold fired back with Conan the Terminator and Predator. Every movie felt like a challenge, Arnold throwing shade at a Rambo poster in Twins, Stallone literally beating up an Arnold lookalike twice in Tango and Cash, and off-camera, things got even dirtier. Arnold tricked Stallone by pretending to chase a terrible script. "Stop, or my mom will shoot." Knowing Stallone's pride, he jumped on it fast. The result? Total disaster. Critics tore it apart, calling it a desperate grab to copy Arnold's comedy success. For years, neither man backed down. Fans couldn't get enough, tabloids couldn't stop talking, and both stars kept trying to outdo each other. Their feud didn't cool off until the 2000s, after decades of rivalry, tricks, and tension that defined an entire era of action movie legends. When Stallone and Arnold finally shared the screen in The Expendables, and even opened restaurants side by side, it felt like Hollywood history coming full circle. Stallone later admitted, "We were fierce rivals, but that rivalry pushed us both to do our best. What started as pure humiliation ended with mutual respect." Their war of pride and ego somehow turned into one of the most unexpected friendships in Hollywood history. But peace didn't follow Stallone everywhere, because soon came another storm. This time, it was a brutal ego clash with the legendary Kirk Douglas during the making of First Blood. Yes, the Spartacus icon himself went head-to-head with Stallone, and lost. At first, everything looked picture perfect. Douglas, already a Hollywood god thanks to Spartacus and Paths of Glory, agreed to play Colonel Troutman, the one man who truly understood John Rambo. It was supposed to be a match made in movie heaven, old-school prestige meeting Stallone's gritty new energy. What could go wrong, right? But it all went downhill fast. Douglas didn't just want to act, he wanted control. After reading David Morrell's original novel, he demanded the movie end with Troutman killing Rambo. Over and over, he pushed his version, saying things like, "Kirk Douglas wouldn't say this. Kirk Douglas needs a stronger ending." His ego was on fire. For Stallone, this was betrayal. He'd fought hard to make Rambo a symbol for wounded veterans. Survival, not pointless death. Every time Douglas rewrote a line, Stallone saw it as an attack on the message he was trying to protect. Director Ted Kotcheff finally lost his patience and snapped, "This is the film we're making. If you don't like it, you can leave." And that's exactly what Douglas did. He walked out, just days into filming. With chaos on set, Richard Crenna was rushed in at the last minute, learning lines in the car on the way to shoot. But fate had a twist waiting. Crenna's calm, fatherly performance balanced Stallone's fury perfectly, giving the film its emotional core. The ending stayed powerful and hopeful. Rambo lived, and from that choice, a billion-dollar franchise was born. As for the aftermath, Stallone never forgave Douglas for that stunt. He later threw shade, saying some actors care more about their exit than the story itself. One thing's for sure, in Stallone's world, ego battles weren't just part of the job. They were wars fought with scripts, pride, and power. It was a clear jab at Kirk Douglas. And after that, Stallone and Douglas never worked together again. While Stallone went on to build a billion-dollar franchise, Douglas was left remembered as the man who almost killed First Blood before it even began. But Stallone's next feud cut even deeper. This time, it wasn't about ego or creative control. It was about betrayal, love, and trust. The man once considered a real friend, Eddie Murphy, became someone Stallone swore he'd never forgive. Back in the late 1980s, Stallone and Eddie were tight. Two megastars ruling Hollywood, laughing together, partying together, and hyping each other up at every turn. They were unstoppable, until one rumor tore everything apart. It all went down in 1987 during the filming of Beverly Hills Cop 2. Stallone's wife at the time, Brigitte Nielsen, had been cast alongside Murphy, and she turned heads everywhere she went. Bold, magnetic, impossible to ignore. Soon the whispers began. Crew members talking, tabloids running wild, claiming Murphy and Nielsen were getting too close off camera. Before long, Stallone's name was tangled in a scandal storm. Whether the rumor was true or not didn't matter. The embarrassment hit hard. Stallone later admitted he grabbed the phone and called Murphy directly, demanding, "What's going on between you and Sasha?" Murphy denied everything, but the damage was done. The trust was shattered, and Stallone's pride made sure it would never be rebuilt. What used to be laughter turned into tension. Parties got awkward. Friends were forced to take sides. By the time the 1990s rolled around, that brotherhood was dead. Murphy later said it was sad that gossip destroyed years of friendship. But Stallone had already moved on, with no forgiveness in sight. The fallout didn't just hit behind the scenes. It went public fast. Hollywood started stacking them against each other, comparing hits, box office numbers, and careers, feeding the rivalry like gasoline on a fire. Eddie Murphy, once Stallone's closest ally, had officially joined his growing list of enemies. And if that wasn't wild enough, the next feud was even pettier. And it started over. Mustard. Yes, mustard. One sandwich, one drop, and boom, Richard Gere went from co-star to sworn rival. The year was 1974, and both actors were struggling nobodies on the set of The Lords of Flatbush. It should have been a small movie and a big opportunity, but instead, it turned into one of the pettiest and most ridiculous Hollywood feuds ever. What should have been just lunch turned into a lifetime grudge that's still talked about decades later. Stallone, who had co-written the script for The Lords of Flatbush, poured his soul into his role as Stanley Rosiello, a tough street guy with a hidden soft side. But Richard Gere came in with a totally different vibe. He was trained in theater, super precise, methodical, and obsessed with getting every tiny detail right. Their energies clashed instantly. Stallone's raw street grit against Gere's polished perfectionism. Sparks flew from day one. The final blow came during one cramped car scene that would go down in Hollywood feud history. Gere was eating a sandwich, and a drop of mustard landed right on Stallone's pants. Without even thinking, Stallone snapped. He elbowed Gere in the head and threw him out of the car in front of the entire cast and crew. The whole set froze, dead silent. Everyone knew something big had just gone down. Producers quickly stepped in, and soon after, Gere was fired. The official excuse? Creative differences. But everyone on set knew the truth. Stallone had asserted dominance that day, and Gere's humiliation spread fast through Hollywood. Gere never forgot it. Stallone even mocked the situation in interviews years later, brushing it off as a personality clash that couldn't be solved. But to Gere, it was proof that Stallone would rather fight than compromise. Decades later, the tension never faded. Industry rumors claimed that the bad blood still haunted Gere, even during his massive breakout years in American Gigolo and An Officer and a Gentleman. What could have been an early Hollywood alliance between two future legends instead turned into a grudge born from one mustard stain, a feud that Stallone never let die. But that wasn't the end of Stallone's battles. Not even close. Next up was one that shocked the world. Bruce Willis, the brotherhood broken by greed. When Stallone built The Expendables, it wasn't just another action flick. It was his tribute to the 80s, a reunion of legends, a cinematic brotherhood of old-school tough guys giving fans one last explosive ride. And right in the heart of that crew was Bruce Willis. They were equals, icons from the same golden age. In the first two Expendables films, Willis played Mr. Church, the mysterious CIA figure who held the squad together. It wasn't a huge role, but his presence gave the movie real weight. Stallone saw him as a brother, someone who represented loyalty, grit, and legacy. But then came 2013, and everything changed. As The Expendables 3 went into production, Willis dropped a bombshell. He wanted $4 million for just 4 days of work. No discussion, no compromise. Take it or leave it. That was $1 million a day. Stallone, who had built the franchise on loyalty over ego, saw it as the ultimate betrayal. Instead of backing down, he made a brutal move. He cut Willis out completely and replaced him with Harrison Ford. Stallone didn't just stay quiet, he went public. He took to Twitter and blasted Bruce Willis, calling him greedy and lazy. The words hit hard and spread like wildfire overnight. One tweet turned a private feud into a full-blown Hollywood scandal. Suddenly, Willis went from being everyone's favorite everyman to being whispered about as difficult and obsessed with money. Even with the chaos, The Expendables 3 still crushed it at the box office, pulling in over $200 million. But the magic? It wasn't the same. Fans noticed right away that Willis was gone, and that brotherhood energy that made the first movies legendary just wasn't there anymore. The old crew vibe had cracked, and everyone could feel it. Stallone had drawn his line in the sand once and for all. Loyalty meant everything to him. He made it clear that in his world, friendship and respect came before money or fame. And while The Expendables kept rolling without Willis, the silence between them said it all. No public reunion, no friendly photos, no olive branches. Just decades of distance louder than any explosion on screen. 6 rivalries, 6 epic showdowns. From Arnold's Cold War competition to Kirk Douglas's ego clash, Eddie Murphy's betrayal, Richard Gere's mustard meltdown, and Bruce Willis's $1 million fallout. Every feud revealed a new side of Sylvester Stallone that most fans never get to see. Some of those battles ended in respect, others in lifelong silence, but they all proved one thing: Stallone never forgets a slight, and when he draws a line, it's carved in stone. So now the big question: which story blew your mind the most? Was it the savage fight with Arnold, the ego war with Douglas, or the friendship crash with Murphy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what shocked you the most. And before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your movie-loving friends. There are so many more wild Hollywood rivalries, betrayals, and behind-the-scenes secrets coming your way, and you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.